Hello ladies and gentle trolls, welcome back to the mini set for my custom Hearthstone expansion Return to the Rumble, Blood Feud. Last week we looked at the cards for half of the classes in this mini set, so this time we're looking at all the remaining cards, starting with one of the neutral legendaries, Hakkar, Lord of Blood.
Face the wrath of the Soul Flayer!
Hakkar is a 5-mana 9/6 legendary minion. That seems pretty good, right? But that's because Hakkar has the new keyword from Return to the Rumble, Ritual. Ritual is a legendary exclusive keyword, and cards with Ritual will split into a number of offering spells when the game starts and shuffle them all into your deck. And only once you cast all the offering spells will the Ritual legendary be added to your hand. But your deck may only contain one card with Ritual. Hakkar, Lord of Blood will split into these two offering spells when the game starts, which each shuffle a Corrupted Blood spell into both players' decks for 2 mana. And Corrupted Blood is the same token from the old Hakkar, which is cast when drawn and will deal 3 damage to your hero and then shuffle 2 copies of itself into your deck. Then once you play Hakkar, he will shuffle all Corrupted Blood in your deck into your opponent's. This card was also featured in the trailer for the mini set, and there were some comments on how the card would be a little problematic in mirror matches, since neither player would want to play their Hakkar first. Still, a commenter came up with a pretty good solution, so Hakkar will probably change like this in a future patch notes video.
I will live again!
Now let's move on to the class cards, such as this minion for Priest. The Blood Feud mini set is the conclusion to my custom expansion Year of the Imp. So in addition to the keywords from Return to the Rumble, this mini set also features the keywords from our previous 2 expansions, Tales from the Broken Isles and Mission to Argus. This can be seen on this card, which features the keyword from Tales from the Broken Isles, Extreme. Cards with Extreme will trigger a bonus when played if they are the highest or lowest cost card in your hand, even if you have another card of the same cost. Blood Scryer will discover a spell from your deck when played, and if you also trigger its Extreme effect, it will also cast the spell. A big theme in this mini set is lifesteal, as can be seen on this new Priest minion. Sanguine Slayer is a 4-mana 4/4 minion, and if you restore 20 health this game when you play the Slayer, you'll draw 4 cards. But any health restored through lifesteal will count twice for this effect. Finally, Priest gets this spell, Voodoo Word Anima, which is just another nature spell to discover from Flask of Mojo from the main set. Now let's look at the cards for rogues, such as this spell, Tome of Shadra. This 5-mana spell will draw 3 combo cards, and if you trigger the Tome's combo effect, you also get to discover one of the 3 cards for its combo effect to trigger. Up next are these 2 cards. Since this mini set concludes the Year of the Imp, I figured I'd also give some more support to the decks from the earlier expansions. In Mission to Argus, Rogue got a lot of new secret-based cards, so these 2 cards are meant to support those. Now let's look at the cards for Shaman, such as this new minion, Bloodscalp Witch. This is a 2-mana 2/2 minion that will draw a spell from a school that isn't in your hand. This card is meant to support the Rainbow Shaman package from both Tales from the Broken Isles and Return to the Rumble. Shaman also gets this new spell, Lesser Hex of Blood. This 3-mana shadow spell will transform a minion into a 0/1 frog with taunt, just like the original Hex, but will then shuffle an upgraded version of itself into your deck. Greater Hex of Blood, as it's called, will instead transform a minion into a 6/6 Krog with taunt and lifesteal. This card is actually part of a new series of 4 shadow spells for this mini set, which each have an effect and will then shuffle an upgraded version of itself into your deck, which features lifesteal in some way. Speaking of lifesteal, Shaman also gets this minion, Crimson Behemoth. This card is meant to support the keyword Shaman package from Mission to Argus. All of this lifesteal is really made for the other neutral legendary of the mini set, G'huun, Lord of Blood.
Nothing can stop my pestilence!
G'huun is a 5-mana 8/8 minion with lifesteal and rush, and he also has a rest of game effect that causes any health you restore through lifesteal to summon a tendril with that many stats. And by the way, rest of game is basically just a battle cry that lasts until the end of the game. So because he's an 8/8 with lifesteal and rush, you could probably summon an 8/8 tendril right away. That's all very strong, but you might have also noticed that G'huun has Ritual +3, meaning he will split into 3 offering spells when the game starts. G'huun will split into the offering spells G'huun's Rot, Pestilence and Decay that each feature lifesteal in some way to support G'huun's rest of game effect. I told you there'd be a lot of lifesteal in this mini set. I mean, what did you expect? It's called Blood Feud after all. Now let's look at the cards for Warlock, such as this new minion, Blood-Crazed Invader. This 7-mana 4/8 demon has Taunt, will cost 1 less for each health you restore this turn, and has the custom keyword from Mission to Argus, Retaliate. Characters with Retaliate will return bonus damage to any character that damages them, even from spells and battle cries, but never from other Retaliate damage. Blood-Crazed Invader has Retaliate 4, so it will return 4 damage anytime it takes damage. Warlock also gets this minion, Scion of G'huun, which is just a pretty cool minion. Lastly, Warlock gets a spell for that cycle of shadow spells I mentioned earlier, Lesser Curse of Blood. This 1-mana shadow spell will deal 2 damage to a minion, and then shuffle Greater Curse of Blood into your deck, which will deal 2 damage to all minions with lifesteal. Now for the cards for Warrior, like Scalywag. This 3-mana 4/3 Dragon Pirate will deal 2 damage to all damaged enemies, and will slot nicely in with the Menagerie support I've been giving Warrior in both Mission to Argus and Return to the Rumble. Warrior also gets this spell, which works well with some of the weapons I've been adding throughout the expansions. Finally for Warrior, I've made this card, which can summon 5/5 Valkyr Battle Maidens with Taunt. Valkyr Battle Maidens were an archetype from Tales from the Broken Isles for both Warrior and Paladin. The last 3 cards of this mini set are 3 neutral cards, which each feature one of the keywords from the Year of the Imp, such as Surameritan Spectator, which features Extreme, Demon Steel Elemental, which features Retaliate, and Stranglethorn Panther, which features Overkill. Those were all the cards in this video, but if you didn't see the ones for last week and don't feel like watching an entire video, you can also follow the link in the description, which will take you to an overview of the entire mini set. Well, that's it for the Blood Feud mini set. If you thought any of the cards seemed problematic, let me know in the comments and I'll have it changed in a future patch notes video. Thanks for watching, like, subscribe and all that, and I will see you next time.